It's Thursday, 11 o'clock, and it's time for this week's Watch Drop. It's a mega drop this week. £1.2 million worth of value. As ever, we've got all the variety that I've ever seen. It's difficult to cover off everything, but I'm going to focus on some white metal watches, a few of which I've never seen before. Some really high complications, very valuable watches, but everything from titanium through white gold, even platinum, and of course steel too. So let's dive into a few of my favorites, and I think you'll enjoy this one. As I sit here in front of this incredible table of watches, there are a couple of watches that are just subtly moving, catching the core of my eye. So I'm going to touch on those two first. Of course, I'm talking about the Tourbillons. And the first one that I've literally never seen before is a Vacheron 6000V. Now, what's interesting about this watch, firstly, is as you pick it up, you are really surprised by how little it weighs. It's a titanium case and a titanium bracelet. It's actually quite surprising that titanium has been used because it's difficult to polish titanium. The hardness of that material makes it so. When you look at, we have another steel overseas here actually, and it's got all the same facets and polished surfaces, brushed, but to have done that in titanium I think is a really big accomplishment, and particularly to the degree that Vacheron have gone into here. But what you really want to focus on with this watch is the degree of skeletonization. The details just are endless. They certainly haven't cut any corners. Interior angles on interior angles. And I love it. It's a 60-second tourbillon, so effectively the tourbillon rotating there gives you your small seconds. And when you turn the watch over, it has a peripheral rotor, which means that the finishing, I guess, is obfuscated by the rotor. It plays nicely with the rest of the watch, and you get to enjoy, I mean, honestly, the quality of finishing is very, very good. Very, very good. And the architecture is also really beautiful. It's a very beautiful watch. And I love the fact that, yes, it's a very expensive thing. It's a good 6 figures, but it comes with the bracelet, it comes with a rubber strap, and it comes with a leather strap. It was only a short while ago that I did a video with Justin Hast on a £100,000 collection. And we talked about, is it possible to get a one watch that covers all bases? And although this is slightly more than £100,000, I think this is one of those watches that does do everything. You can put it on a leather strap and wear it to dinner. You can wear it on a rubber strap and go diving with it. It's got a 50-meter water resistance. It's an exceptional thing, and I love the blue accents on the dial. They are actually the bit that I really love the most. There's one last thing that I want to talk about with this watch, and that is that. Oh, it's very, very good, this watch. It's very, very good. And I know it's 42.5 millimeters. It's a little bit large for me, but good Lord, it's nice. There's something about the yellow, gold, and the blue accents. Oh, what a watch. What a great start to the drop. The next tourbillon that I have to talk about is this Breguet 3358. Now, I've seen Breguet tourbillons before, and obviously you can't talk about Breguet and tourbillon without mentioning that these guys invented the thing. So it's quite nice to have one on the table. Now, this one though is quite different to the others that I've seen. It's a 35mm case size, but it has diamonds on the bezel, and it has this sort of, grained mother of pearl dial. It's quite a strange thing. I guess it's got a sort of vertical brush to it, that's what I would say. But the degree of finishing on the mother of pearl itself is something that I've not encountered before. I don't quite know how you get guilloche and you get graining and then you get unpolished, I guess, raw mother of pearl. It's really impressive. It's a very dressy piece, of course, with the mother of pearl and the diamonds, but what a piece of watchmaking. You've got all of those signature design characteristics from Breguet, with Breguet hands, Breguet numerals on the dial there. But turn it over and you've also got the craziest engraving. I mean, it really is. I don't know how long that took to do, but I imagine it took someone very skillful a very long time to do. What a watch. It's lovely. And I applaud the 35mm size as well. I think that's really quite a classy size. And it's even got diamonds on the tang buckle too. Another watch that we have on the table, this time without a tourbillon, that I haven't seen before is this Bethune DB25. There are lots of different DB25s, and I want to call this one out for, well, a number of reasons. This is on the more simpler side. It's a time only with a power reserve. But this is a watch where they've really looked at classic watchmaking and decided to come at it from a different angle. So let me go into why and what I'm harping on about. Well, immediately take the hands. The hands are supposed to be based on Breguet hands. You've got that sort of island towards the tip of the hand, but they've skeletonized the Breguet hand, which is just really interesting. The case has got pretty standard looking lugs until you look closely and you realise that those two are skeletonized. The dial is very three-dimensional. Although it has Roman numerals, which makes it look a little bit traditional, it has a mix of smooth finish to the outer side of the dial, but a guilloche central pattern, which just looks very fresh and, as I say, contemporary. My favourite part of this watch is the movement. Despite being a white gold case, the movement is by and large constructed of titanium. The other part that I think my videographer is going to hate me for saying this because you need to get right up close to be able to see it, but the balance bridge is also blue titanium, but the balance wheel has got balance weights on it that are white gold, and they've finished them to a degree that they are performing aerodynamically more efficiently than your standard balance weights. Now, let me break that down a little bit because that sounds like a complete load of nonsense. These are tiny little weights on the outside of the balance wheel, but they've been finished to a sort of teardrop shape, which means that they perform aerodynamically far more superior to anything else. And that means that you've got more efficiency in the movement, which means that your power reserve is stronger and greater than anything else. I mean, the degree to which Denis Flageolet has gone to on this watch is far and beyond anything that I've seen on this table for a very long time. It's a really, really impressive feat of engineering, and I love the fact that it's not just an off-the-shelf movement plonked into a fancy-looking case. This is why people buy into independent watchmaking. This is why you can see people understanding the core values of their Bethune and thinking that's the brand for me, because all of that thought and expertise from a master watchmaker like Denis Flageolet, you can really buy into that as a brand, and there's no one else on the table that does this. It's so unique and so impressive. It's the first time really that I've got up close and personal with a Bethune, and I'm really impressed. I really am. It's a great watch. The last couple of watches I'm going to talk about are both Nautilus from Patek. It's quite interesting. I've recently spent a bit of time with Patek and I've looked at the Cubitus, particularly the newer version of the Cubitus, which is a slightly smaller case size to the original big 45mm case. And when I look at these two watches, it makes me feel almost the same way. But the 5711 has the original sort of 40mm case size. The 5711 Nautilus is actually a watch that we see quite a lot of here at Subdial. And that's not to say that it's a boring thing at all. I think when it comes to luxury sports watches, there's not much that touches this at all. It's a beautiful design, very slender case with an incredible blue fume dial. What stands out about this watch is that it's lived a life. the previous owner, I imagine, has really worn this on every occasion. And that's exactly what these watches are designed for. To take swimming, to play tennis in, to, wear to work even if you're wearing a suit. This is a very versatile watch, and I think the last owner has really respectfully enjoyed it. I don't think he's gone, mountain climbing in it or taken any real chunks out of it at all. I can't see any of that, but there's a lot of micro scratches that give this watch a sense that it has had a life. And I love that, I really do. When I look at this watch, it reminds me actually quite a lot of Karl Lagerfeld's Royal Oak, which, if you know that watch, was PVD coated and then worn day on day for a long time, to the point where it sort of aged the watch in such a respectful but interesting and unique way. And I think that's exactly what this has done to this watch. You wear it regularly over many years and it softens the watch. You've still got those original features. You'll still see all of the original facets and chamfers, but it has softened and it's got its own character now. And it's just a lovely thing to see. I don't mean to get too soppy about it, but I applaud the owner of this watch, who's really, really enjoyed it, and that's what they should be doing. It's a really good week when not only do you have a 5711, but you also have a 3800, which on paper is probably my go-to favourite Nautilus. It's everything that the 5711 is. It's got that brilliant fume dial. It's got the porthole bezel. It's got all of the same finishing that you'd expect from any Nautilus, frankly, but it's scaled down from 40mm down to 35 in this instance. It's just as slender. In fact, this case is in line with the originals, which has a sort of two-piece case construction. Just makes it even thinner than this model here, this 5711. It's a fascinating thing. I think it's so good to be able to compare these two together. And on balance, as much as I love the original format, I think the 3800 it's a bit of me, to be honest. It's smaller, so it feels dressier. It feels less prominent, so it's less showy, but it's still got all of the same characteristics. Oh man, I really, really love this watch. I really do. It's a very special thing. It's a topic that I talk about with my friends quite a lot, but which is, do you think, the best Nautilus size? The 5711 in 40mm or the 3800 in 35mm? Let me know in the comments. So that's this week's drop, and what a drop. £1.2 million and 80 plus watches. So really, there must be something here for everyone. Now, one of the things that I get asked regularly from people in the comments and friends and colleagues actually, which watch is my pick from the week? And it's a really difficult week to start doing this, but if I had to take off my FP and put on one watch regardless of value from the table, it'd have to be the 3800 Nautilus. It's a watch that I could see myself wearing day in, day out, regardless of whether I'm working or whether I'm enjoying family time. It's so sleek, so comfortable. It's just a no-brainer for me. So head to the website, check out this week's drop, and let me know what your pick from the drop will be. And I'll see you next week.